Imagine this. You've gone silent, thinking she'll start missing you, but instead, she seems completely unbothered. Why? What's really going on in her mind? And more importantly, how do you make your absence impossible to ignore? Silence isn't just about stepping back, it's about making every moment of that distance work in your favor. The problem is most people approach it the wrong way. They think if they just stop texting, she'll realize how much she needs them. But silence only works when it comes from a place of strength, not desperation. If you're sitting there waiting, hoping, checking your phone every 5 minutes, she won't feel your absence. She knows deep down you're still emotionally tied to her, but when silence is real, when it's backed by self-respect and genuine detachment, it creates an entirely different energy. Women can sense intention. If your silence feels like a tactic, she won't respect it. She might even see it as manipulation. But when your silence is a byproduct of focusing on yourself, of prioritizing your own growth, that's when it starts to work. True silence isn't about making her miss you. It's about creating space where your presence was once taken for granted. Without that foundation, silence is just empty space. Patience is the hardest thing to practice when emotions are involved. After pulling away, most people expect results instantly. They think she'll notice by tomorrow. She'll miss me in a week. But emotions don't work on a schedule. At first, she might feel relieved, even enjoy the space. But as days pass, something shifts. Curiosity creeps in. Doubt starts to settle, then eventually longing. But if you sit there waiting for that moment, obsessing over her reaction, you sabotage the entire process. Real silence means letting go. No expectations, no need for immediate validation. Silence is a long game, and those who master it understand that the impact takes time to build. Men often assume their absence will be felt immediately, that she'll wake up one morning and suddenly realize what she's lost, but women process emotions differently. At first, she's confident you'll reach out. She thinks she knows your patterns. But when that expectation shatters, when she starts questioning why you haven't broken the silence, that's when the real impact begins. And here's what most men fail to realize. Women are far better at hiding their emotions. Even when your absence starts to affect her, she won't show it right away. She'll act unbothered, but internally, she's questioning everything. Silence forces her to confront emotions she's been avoiding. It makes her realize it's not just about missing your messages, it's about missing the energy, the attention, the presence you brought into her life. But silence alone isn't enough. If you're sitting around waiting for her to notice, nothing changes. No contact isn't just about making her miss you, it's about becoming someone worth missing in the first place. So ask yourself, what have you done since stepping back? Have you worked on yourself, built confidence, strengthened your purpose, or are you just stuck in limbo, waiting for a text? Women are drawn to men with drive. When your silence is paired with personal growth, it sends a powerful message. You are not waiting, you are moving forward. And when she eventually sees that, through social media, mutual friends, or even just sparks something in her energy, it sparks something in her. She starts to wonder, did I underestimate him? Did I lose someone amazing? That's the real power of silence. It's not the absence itself that makes her notice. It's what you do during that absence. If you disappear and do nothing, she moves on. But if you disappear and thrive, that's unforgettable. Women are incredibly intuitive. They can feel when a man is grounded, confident, and focused, and they can feel when he's lost in limbo waiting for her attention. Silence without substance is forgettable, but silence paired with purpose, that's magnetic. Chasing her after no contact is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. It signals that you don't value yourself enough to wait, that you're still seeking her validation, and when that happens, you lose respect. The mystery disappears, the tension fades, and she no longer has to wonder about you because you've just made yourself too available. People crave what they can't fully have. The moment you chase, you lower your value. The alternative? Cultivate patience, build self-respect, move in a way that shows you are complete on your own. When you do that, you don't have to force her to feel your absence. She'll feel it naturally. And when she does, she'll realize losing you wasn't just about losing a person. It was about losing the presence, the energy, the essence that made you irreplaceable. Imagine this. You go silent thinking she'll start missing you, but instead, she seems completely unfazed. No texts, no signs of regret. What's really going on in her mind? And more importantly, how do you make her feel your absence so deeply that she can't ignore it? Silence isn't just about disappearing, it's about making every moment of that absence work in your favor. But here's the mistake most people make. They stop talking, thinking it will make her realize what she's lost, yet deep down they're still waiting, checking their phone, hoping for a response. That's not power, that's just hidden desperation. And she can feel it. Women sense intention. If your silence is forced, manipulative, or rooted in fear, she won't respect it. But when it comes from genuine self-growth, confidence, and detachment, it shifts everything. True silence isn't about making her miss you, it's about reclaiming your energy and focusing on yourself. That's when it becomes powerful, when you stop using it as a tactic and start using it as a transformation.
But here's where most people fail. They expect results immediately. They assume she'll notice within days, but emotions don't work on a fixed timeline. At first, she might even feel relieved by the space, but as time passes, that relief turns into curiosity, then doubt, and eventually longing. The problem? If you sit there waiting, obsessing over when she'll text, you sabotage the entire process. Silence is a slow burn. It takes time to make its impact. The more patient you are, the more powerful the effect. Men and women process absence differently. When you first go silent, she doesn't instantly feel the void. She assumes she still has you. But as the days stretch on, her confidence begins to crack. She starts wondering, why hasn't he reached out? Is he really done with me? Has he moved on? That's when the emotional impact starts to settle in. And the irony? Even when she begins to feel it, she won't show it right away. Women are masters at hiding emotions, so if you're looking for instant validation, you'll miss the bigger picture. But silence alone isn't enough. Without growth, it's just empty space. Most people do nothing with their time during no contact. They wait, hoping she'll return. That's a mistake. No contact isn't about making her miss you. It's about becoming the kind of man she would miss in the first place. Have you improved yourself? Have you built a stronger, more confident life? If not, you're just pausing, not progressing. Women are naturally drawn to men with purpose. If she looks back and sees that you've evolved, if she hears from mutual friends that you're thriving, if she stumbles across your social media and sees you living your best life, that's when the shift happens. She starts wondering, did I underestimate him? Did I lose someone amazing? The real power, it isn't in silence alone, it's in who you become during that silence. But here's where most men destroy their own progress. They chase. The moment she reaches out, they rush back in, undoing all the work they've done. When you chase, you send one clear message: I don't value myself enough to wait for you to realize my worth. And that's the fastest way to lose both respect and attraction. People desire what they can't fully have. The more accessible you make yourself, the less valuable you become in her eyes. Instead of chasing, focus on becoming someone she wants to chase. Let her come to you. When you pull back, you give her space to feel your absence, to question what she lost. It's not about playing games, it's about shifting the power dynamic. When she eventually reaches out, don't jump at the opportunity. Stay calm, collected, and confident. If you respond, keep it light and engaging. Show her you're doing just fine without her. That's what leaves an impression. Confidence is everything. It's what separates men who are forgotten from men who leave a lasting mark. If your silence comes from insecurity, she'll sense it. But if it's rooted in true self-worth, it becomes magnetic. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you move through life, it all tells a story. If she sees a man who's thriving, growing, and radiating purpose, it triggers something in her. She starts to question whether letting you go was a mistake. But here's the truth. None of this works if you're doing it just to win her back. No contact isn't about manipulation. It's about rediscovering yourself. If your entire focus is still on her, you've already lost. The real goal is to build a life so fulfilling that whether she comes back or not, you win. Because you've become the best version of yourself. The moment you shift your focus away from her and onto yourself is the moment everything changes. Stay strong, stay focused, and remember, your worth was never meant to be proven. It was meant to be recognized.